Good evening. This is your anchor reporting live from our crisis desk. Tonight, the world watches in stunned silence as one of the most unthinkable escalations in modern history unfolds in real time. Former President Donald J. Trump has ordered and carried out direct military strikes against the sovereign nation of Brazil. What began as increasingly hostile rhetoric over trade, the Amazon rainforest, and geopolitical influence has now crossed into open armed conflict. Multiple waves of drone and cruise missile attacks have already struck Brazilian soil. Casualties are mounting, cities are burning, and for the first time since the Cold War, credible voices inside and outside government are using the phrase no one wants to hear. Nuclear option is now on the table. We go straight to the timeline of how we reached this abyss. 3 weeks ago, Donald Trump appeared at a rally in Miami and delivered what many dismissed as classic hyperbole. They're killing our farmers. They're killing our ranchers. Brazil is laughing at us while they destroy the Amazon and sell their cheap beef and soy to China. If they don't stop, we're going to have to stop them. And I mean stop them hard. The audience cheered. Pundits rolled their eyes. Then came the Truth Social posts. Dozens of them, each more inflammatory. Brazil has been ripping off America for decades. Time's up. Sleepy politicians won't do anything. Lucky for you, I still have friends who will. Watching Lula destroy the rainforest while lecturing us on climate. Hypocrites. We should take the Amazon away from them if they can't manage it. BRICS is a direct threat to the United States. Brazil is the weak link. Time to break the chain. Intelligence officials now confirm those were not idle threats. 12 days ago, satellite imagery showed unusual activity at several private airfields in Florida and Texas. Airfields known to be used by defense contractors with close ties to Trump's inner circle. Unmarked cargo planes were photographed loading what analysts now believe were crates containing long-range attack drones and precision-guided munitions. 6 days ago, the first cyber intrusions began. Brazilian power companies, port authorities, and military communication networks suffered coordinated outages and data wipes. Attribution pointed toward private hacking groups that have previously worked on behalf of American political interests. Then 4 nights ago, at 2:17 Eastern Time, the first physical strikes occurred. Dozens of low observable drones lifted off from locations in the Caribbean and international waters. They crossed into Brazilian airspace undetected for nearly 40 minutes before unleashing their payloads on 5 primary targets. The port of Santos, Brazil's largest cargo terminal. Multiple container cranes destroyed, fuel depots ablaze, shipping channels blocked. The Refineria de Paulínia, one of Petrobras' most important inland refineries. Secondary explosions visible from 30 kilometers away. The Itaipu Dam Control Center, power generation severely disrupted across southern Brazil and parts of Paraguay. A Brazilian Air Force base outside Manaus. Several F-39 Gripen fighters destroyed on the tarmac. Symbolic strike, an empty wing of the Palácio do Planalto in Brasília hit with a small precision munition. No casualties reported there, but the message unmistakable. Within hours, Brazilian President Lula addressed the nation from an undisclosed location. This is not an attack on a political party or an administration. This is an attack on Brazil, on our people, on our sovereignty. We will defend ourselves by all means necessary. Within minutes of that speech, Brazilian fighter jets scrambled. Anti-air batteries opened fire over Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo as more drone waves approached. Social media filled with cell phone footage of tracer rounds lighting up the night sky, burning wreckage falling into the Atlantic, civilian panic in the streets. As of this hour, we have confirmed at least 1,400 deaths and over 7,000 injuries. Numbers expected to rise sharply as rescue operations continue under blackout conditions. Now, the question every capital from Washington to Beijing is asking, what happens next? Because Donald Trump has not denied ordering these strikes. In a video statement released 90 minutes ago, he said, and I quote, "Brazil has been warned for years. They chose to side with China and Russia against American interests. They chose to weaponize trade. They chose wrong. What happened tonight was necessary, and if they keep pushing, it's going to get a lot worse. Believe me." He did not rule out further action. He did not rule out escalation. And most alarmingly, he did not rule out nuclear weapons. Senior national security sources speaking on deep background confirmed the following. Private military companies with ties to Trump's network possess access to low-yield tactical nuclear devices, classified U.S. programs, later transferred or replicated through opaque channels during periods of loose oversight. These are not city killers like the strategic warheads in silos. These are battlefield weapons, yields estimated between 0.3 and 10 kilotons, designed to destroy hardened targets, troop concentrations, or critical infrastructure with minimal immediate fallout compared to megaton-class bombs. But minimal does not mean zero. A single detonation over Manaus, for example, population 2.2 million, would produce immediate thermal and blast casualties in the tens of thousands, followed by radiation sickness affecting hundreds of thousands more as the Amazon River system carries fallout downstream. A ground burst near a major dam or refinery could trigger secondary ecological catastrophe. Massive oil spills, chemical fires, long-term contamination of the world's largest rainforest watershed. And that is assuming only one device is used. Multiple defense analysts we have consulted tonight agree on three terrifying points. First, Trump's public rhetoric has consistently framed nuclear weapons as tools of negotiation rather than last resort deterrence. Second, he no longer holds formal command authority over the U.S. arsenal, but he maintains relationships with individuals who do have access to non-state or semi-state nuclear capabilities. Third, if Brazil retaliates with conventional force against American soil or American-flagged assets, or if Russia or China move to resupply Brazil militarily, the probability of a nuclear demonstration strike rises from remote to plausible within the next 72 hours. We are receiving fragmented reports of U.S. Strategic Command raising DEFCON levels, NORAD radar screens showing increased activity from Russian ballistic missile submarines in the South Atlantic, Chinese carrier groups repositioning in the Pacific. Meanwhile, in Brasilia, President Lula has reportedly authorized preparation of Brazil's full retaliatory posture, including possible use of conventionally armed hypersonic missiles acquired from strategic partners. The United Nations Security Council is in permanent session. Emergency meetings are underway in Brussels, Tokyo, New Delhi, Canberra. Yet no government has yet used the word impeach, arrest, or indict in connection with Donald Trump. The hesitation is palpable. Fear is winning. To Brazilians watching right now, your courage in this moment is being seen around the world. To Americans, many of us are asking the same question you are. How did we let it reach this point? And to the man who ordered these attacks, history is already writing the first draft of your legacy. This broadcast will remain on air with continuous updates. We will bring you the next confirmed strike, the next diplomatic breakthrough, or, heaven forbid, the next flash of light brighter than the sun. For now, the world holds its breath. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us.